lovely dearest family people, welcome back to my channel. If this is your very first time of watching any of my videos, you're very welcome. Take a seat, grab a seat, take some drinks and some snacks because you're going with me to pick my mom from the airport. So we're at home with the kids. You saw them earlier. I was just double checking to make sure that everything was off. I checked the heater, it was off. Well, I'm learning, so I didn't want to leave it because we didn't need it. We were just going out. So my son was already outside. The Uber was out, I believe, and we're just getting prepared to go pick my mom. I am about 2 months old in Canada, and if you guys you know. Any help you can get, you had better grab it, like grab it. So yes, our Uber arrived. Well, at this point I had not started driving, as at the time of making this video I had passed one of my road test. So let's say I can actually legally drive in Canada, but I was just waiting to pass the final one. I didn't need to anyway, but I didn't even have a car. So yeah, so we're on our way to the airport. We left our neighborhood and we're just like going on the Uber to the airport at Mississauga. It's about 40 minutes away. Thankfully, we're against traffic, so going to the airport was not going to take some time. Actually, my mom was supposed to land the day before, and I have been panicking since. If you know, Canada, US has been like having issues with Canada wildfires, so the weather was really bad. She couldn't land the day before. She was in New York for quite some time. We're just getting, like, we're trying to get on the next available flight, but thankfully they got a flight for her. She was on standby and she flew from New York to Canada. So she stays in Jan, but of course, the way she routed her flight, she was with American Airlines. So they had to go to New York first, then from New York to Canada. If you can see, so I think at this point, I think we're in Burlington or something. But if you can look at the sky, it was really hazy and foggy. Like, it looks very foggy, like as if there's Hamatan. If you're Nigerian, you understand what I'm trying to say. That is how the weather was at this time, like late June. I didn't even understand what was going on. This is my first time in Canada. Even most Canadians or most people that have been in Canada, we all seen that they had never really seen something like this before. So look at it, like look at how white everything is. Like, I was also scared. Like, I can imagine how a plane would want to land in this kind of weather. So there were a lot of cancelled flights and everything. But thankfully we are getting clearer weather now. It's really going down now, and I'm so thankful for that because it was really scary. There were weather reports of like stay indoors. If people around you have like breathing respiratory issues, you're not supposed to stay outside and all that. But thankfully, at the time of making this video, we are getting past that now. So we are making our way from home down to Mississauga to the airport where we're supposed to pick mom. At this point, I think we're already approaching Mississauga. Guys, let me gist you. One thing about Canada, I was not expecting this, even though I was preparing myself already for everything I was going to be meeting. But the distance between, I was not prepared. Canada is huge. And by the time I start seeing these skyscrapers, these tall buildings, it tells me that I am already in the city. I don't count where I stay as the city. I count Mississauga, which we're already in, as the city. When I first landed into Canada, this was the area I first stayed. So this is like city for me. So you can see the departure signpost. This means that we're already at the airport, and I was so glad. Like, I was just like minutes away from meeting my mom. We had gotten to the like arrival place where we were supposed to pick her, but there was a lot of traffic. You know, this is summer, people were traveling back and forth, or as always the airport was very full. People would definitely travel. So she had already called me that she had landed, and I told her that she should just like hold on, that we're going to get to her in no time. I love the way this airport looks. I'm a travel person. I love traveling and everything that has to do with traveling. So these are the kind of things I like taking. I like taking it for as memories for myself, and just like show everybody, if you're also interested in traveling, if you're interested in places, don't go anywhere because we are viewing all this together. So I Uber dropped this, and I was just trying to like find my way on how to get to mom because I didn't even know where to go search. But thankfully, the first thing I had to do, of course, was to meet at the arrivals of the airline. So of course, depending on the airline you are arriving or traveling with, definitely that determines the terminal. So that's the first thing I did. Of course, you won't just go and start searching from where you don't know. So we're close to where she disembarked, where she arrived from American Airlines, and this was the terminal we were supposed to meet her. And I was just like all over the place trying to locate where we were supposed to start from. There are about 3 or 4 floors. I was just lost. I was just going back and forth, but thankfully I got just ordered my steps. We didn't have to like look around for too long. And the thing was that I was with the kids as well, so it was not easy for me at all. So we got into the arrival hall, and I asked a few questions, and I didn't even think it was as if it was just like orchestrated, like as if we were just going towards where she was, because it's a big place. You really do not know where you're supposed to turn to. The kids were super excited, by the way. They were very hyper all over the place. They're so excited. My kids love traveling. They just like being at the airport, being on the plane. For some reason, yeah, I'll be scared. They'll be telling me that they want to go on the plane. Oh my god, this life is not balanced. We were like thinking that we were traveling. I said, is that how people just travel? No luggage, nothing. Like, you guys are not even just serious. So they were running up and down. Me, I was looking for my mother. They were running everywhere. So like I called. I think I was just like I said, I was going in the right direction of where I think my mom was. I'd not seen her in like a year. And I was just so excited. I was excited to see her. And we saw her at last. I don't know if who was more excited, my mom or myself or the kids. Everybody was just so happy. We're thankful. Exactly this time last year, my mom was with me in Nigeria. She was going back when I just had my baby. She was with me for about 3 months, and she was going back to Lagos to sorry, she was going back to London where she is based. And when she saw my baby last, my baby was a baby, like a baby. She was just 3 months old when my mom like saw her last. But of course, we've been seeing her through video calls and all that. My baby just saw my mom, and immediately she just went to her arms, like she forgot all about me. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? But I don't care. As in, at this point, guys, I don't care. So we took a lot of pictures, a few pictures here and there. I didn't even know that I thought I was still taking pictures. I didn't know I was doing a video and all that. So we got ready to go back home. At this time, I was tired. My mom was also tired of like waiting at the airport in New York and JFK for a long time. So we were like, let's just go home. Thankfully, it's summer. It was still bright and like very bright outside. It was not depressing weather. So, and I already booked an Uber again to take us from the airport down to the house. At this point, I think it was about 7:30 or something, but it was already getting late anyway. But I was thankful. So thankfully, I also located where the Uber was. There's a particular pickup place where the Uber is supposed to pick you and all that. Quick one, guys. There was something I saw on my mom's label. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but well, if you can see my mom's luggage, I can't stand it. I didn't like it. But she told me they had to give her at JFK because her boxes were like not well strapped, and she was like to me at this point I didn't even care. I just had to collect it and use it to strap my box. If you know what I mean, if you get what I mean, you know what I mean. I don't stand for it in any way, and we don't stand for it in any way, but I just thought to put that out there. I don't want to say what it is before they bring down this video, but if you can see the tag or the luggage tag on my mom's cases, that is what it is. I just wanted to put that out there. She was given at the airport and she explained to me. Immediately I saw it, I was like, Mommy, what is all this one? What is this? And she explained to me, and I understood that that was the best she could get. They had to give her at the airport because plastic boxes too, I always feel like I can't stand them. There's a way your plastic box would be, maybe from the long journey that the box was already opening up at one point or something. So they had to give her at the airport in order to like put her stuff together. And that's fine. That's okay. I'm not judging anybody. But this is it for me personally. This is what I just want, or the thing I believe in, or what I don't believe in. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, we got our Uber. this Uber XL. We have to use the Uber XL because of the family size, and of course a normal Uber will not take you. So if you're coming in and you're like a family of 5 and you have luggage, just know that you're booking Uber XL. Another thing I want to quickly drop is that a mistake I made when we first came in. Trust me, from the airport, even if you are new to Canada or new everywhere, thank God for technology. Once you have internet access, once you have a phone and you have Uber installed, you can easily get Uber from your place, or from the airport to your place. I found out that that was cheaper than booking. I'm not trying to like spoil anybody's business or anything, but if it's easy for you to get Uber, just use Uber. It's not a big deal. I thought it was a big deal when I first came into Canada. I tried booking like special like concierge services, like someone to pick me up, and I found that that was quite expensive. It's more convenient, maybe somebody's waiting for you outside and all that, but if you don't mind, Uber is also very good. If you have a lot, you can just book 2. If you don't have a lot, just book 1 Uber, and 1 Uber XL is fine. If you really have a lot, then probably you might book a van or something. But if you're just coming in few suitcases or something, Uber XL or normal Uber is just fine for you. You can do normal Uber additionally with Uber XL. Just swing it around. I found out that that was quite cheaper. This is like the second time I'm going to the airport, and rather than me having somebody waiting for me, which will be like almost double the price, I'd rather use like an Uber. So it depends on you, just weigh your options. Okay, so this is my own scenario. What worked for me, I'd rather use an Uber than a concierge. When I mean concierge, I mean like all those people that like do special pick up and drop off. It's actually also very convenient if you want convenience, so that you're not just looking for someone to book and all that. So it all depends on you. I just thought to drop that just in case somebody is considering those kind of options. So yeah, so we're at the airport and we're making our way home. Airport to home was another like 1 hour. Like at this point it was not 40 minutes again, because this is like though it was no longer rush hour, most people had gotten or were already in their homes, so most people were not on the road anymore. But of course this was still like rush hour in quote. I think at this point it was like 8 p.m. You can see that the sun was already setting, or it was already like getting to sunset. I think at this time during summer the sun set like around 9, so it was really getting dark. And but I enjoyed the ride. We were all having fun in the car. We were so happy. My kids were super excited to see my mom. My second son was asking her a lot of questions, and I was pitying my mom on her behalf. Like she could not even rest. They was so happy. You know how kids can be. They'll be so excited to seeing you and all that, and everybody was just so happy. So I posted something on my Instagram stories, like when I posted that my mom was here, and some people were asking me how she got a visa and all that. Well, in that case, she didn't have to like apply for a visa. She's a British citizen, so in that case, all she needs is to fill a form online. The ETA form, is it the ETA? I know for America is ETA or ESTA. So those two forms she filled both, because she was transiting through America down to Canada. So she just filled both forms. Once you fill that form, once you're a British citizen, you can easily enter the country. Nobody is going to ask you for your visa or anything. And so that's what she did, and she filled those forms, printed them out, and she took our passport and she came to Canada. So that's how she came to Canada. She didn't need to fill, or she didn't need to apply for a visa just because she's British. So that's what everybody is all aiming for, right? Well, that's one of the perks of being a citizen, just like traveling, the ease of traveling, if that is what you want. For me, that's one of the reasons why I came down to Canada anyway, that ease of traveling. Like I understood how that passport meant. Like I said, can you imagine that? So that's it. So she didn't need a visa. A few people asked me, and well, I also tried to explain to them she didn't need a visa. I was already tired, guys. At this point it was almost 9 p.m. If you saw my face, Oh my god. I'm going to be sharing many more videos with you guys. I'm not going to come here to say, oh, don't come to Canada, come to Canada for these reasons. I'll try to be as objective as possible. There are many positives of coming to Canada, but what I always tell people, even from a conversation I had with someone today, Canada is not heaven. So don't have like, please, whenever you're coming, don't have like conceptions, don't have those kind of things like as if, oh, you're going to see money on the road or something. It can be like grilling, it can be like challenging. To be very honest, I'll be very very raw and honest with you guys. It can be very challenging depending on how you come in, depending on like maybe your family size. Like all my life I've never had to like take care of my kids all at once like that. I've always had help one way or the other, either with my family, like a larger part of my family, with like help back home and all that. But coming into a different country is not that easy. So I'm going to be sharing a ton of videos like from my experience, what I've learned in Canada. So please, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing a lot of that and I wouldn't want you to miss it. I'm also going to be sharing how you can be in Canada and you don't have pressure, like you'll be getting money coming to you. Like I got this and I was like, goodness, I have to share this with everybody around me. So there are easy way out. There's a easy way out, or there are way out, so like getting around. If especially if you come in with PR. So please, if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping a lot of those videos and you don't want to miss anything. I promise I will be more consistent now. My mom is here and I have the help I can get, so I'm going to be dropping those videos. At this point it was almost 9:30 p.m. I think, and we're just about like 2 minutes away from the house. I was so happy, like thankfully I was going to sleep very well that night. Of course, maybe subsequently my mom too was going to be jet lagged and all that, but we're all just very happy to be we're just very happy to be home and all that. And we're just like a minute or 1 minute away from the house. This is my neighborhood and all that. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for coming with me on this vlog or this video on like welcoming my mom to Canada. This is her very first time of coming to Canada. If not for me, I don't think my mom would ever come to Canada. She's very fine in her UK. She loves the UK lifestyle. She's very used to it. You guys know how it is in the UK. UK is close to Lagos, it's close to like home and all that. So she's so used to that. And well, this is Canada now. This is also home for her as well. So this is like the end of the vlog. The Uber guy was so good. He helped us to bring all our stuff inside. I was like, this guy was so good. Like he helped us a great deal. Bye guys.
To be praised today. Hallelujah. Father, we give you praise.
Thank you, Jesus.
Father, we cannot thank you enough.
Thank you, Lord.
Father, thank you for it's over a year ago. I saw these children last. It's over a year ago. I even saw Tony too last. Father, thank you for preserving our lives all together.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you for your protection.
Thank you,
Thank
Jesus.
you for your healing. Thank you for your provision.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you for good health.
Thank you,
Lord. For everything. Thank you for safety.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank
you,
there
Jesus.
is none like you.
Thank you,
in
Lord.
all the world. Let's praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.